Special thank you to my YouTube members and patrons for supporting the channel and supporting my content. How's it going, everybody, and welcome back to another subreddit video. Today we're going to be taking a look at r/tifu, r/tfu, I've got an eyelash in my eye, r/today I f***ed up. I haven't had a look at this subreddit in a little while. Sorry, I'm out of practice from recording apparently. My brain's all over the place. Haven't had a look at this subreddit in a while and I fancied it today, so we're going to do that. Very quickly before we begin, I just wanted to mention that as always, I will be live on Thursday at 7 PM UK time. So if you want to come check out my stream, I'll be live at 7 PM UK time on Thursday. It's always a good time. I don't know what we'll be playing. We might be playing more Shadows of Doubt, which is like a detective them up. I might be painting minis. We might be doing something else. Who knows? But we'll have a look at that. So come check out the stream. It's always a good time. Other than that, let's get into the subreddit, shall we? Today I f***ed up by trying to bang a goth baddie and my wife found out. Oh boy. This already off to a strong start. My 31 male, wife 32 female, and I are in a healthy and happy relationship. That said, we've been together since high school, so we both feel that we missed out a little by being each other's only sexual experiences. We've talked about this at length and decided a few years ago that we're okay with having a few hall passes in our relationship, since we very much intend to stay together the rest of our lives and don't want any resentment over missed possibilities. Plus, it's pretty rare that we could even find such an opportunity, as it's a little hard to find hookups when you're in a committed marriage and don't go out much. We even gave each other advance approval in case a situation arises, so long as we're safe about it and tell each other immediately afterwards. We've both used one hall pass each with someone we knew well enough but would never see again, and no issues came out of it. In fact, it's only made us more secure in our relationship and how much we genuinely appreciate being with each other. Recently I had to travel to London for work. I don't normally get to travel for work, so I decided to make a trip out of it and spend a few extra days on my own, and spend a few extra days of my own time in the city after the project was done. My wife couldn't join because she didn't have any vacation time left, but was very supportive of me taking some time to explore, since I've never been to London and she has. Being cheap and being a pretty outgoing guy, when I'm so inclined, I decided to stay in a hostel. I was interested in meeting other travelers since I didn't know anyone in the city and loved being sociable with new people. I chatted with several of the people staying there, and in particular a very attractive French girl, mid-20s, who dressed super goth. For context, I love the goth girl look. I've been sucked into the goth girlfriend propaganda online, much to the annoyance of my wife. It isn't her style, but she has been nice enough to cater to me by putting on a sexy goth outfit on occasion, since she knows it's a huge fantasy of mine. Still, I pester her constantly to be more goth because I enjoy it so much. Anyway, I ended up spending a little bit of time with goth French baddie. We both went to the hostel's happy hour event and hit it off there. I found out that she was recently single and was in London for an art show. It turned out we were both into emo music and we talked about our favourite bands. I had thought that she was acting a bit flirty towards me, but I didn't think too much of it, until I later found myself sharing a sink with her in the hostel bathroom. The hostel was co-ed, so each floor had a small shared bathroom with a communal sink and a door that was meant to be kept open, but which people frequently closed for the sake of having more privacy than just a stool to shower in. So I'm brushing my teeth while chatting up the real life version of Shadowheart, who, mind you, is wearing an extremely low cut top, when she suddenly closes the bathroom door behind us. In my mind, my wildest fantasy is about to come true. It's even more exciting because of the adrenaline rush of being in a semi-public setting, and a girl being so into me that she would make such a bold move. I can't believe that is actually happening to me. I instantly get hard. Then she turns around and asks, "Are you interested in learning about our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ?" She had me cornered for 10 minutes trying to talk me into salvation, while I grew increasingly despondent and immensely disappointed with the whiplash of going from what could have been one of my crowning moments of my life to pure and utter dejection. When I told my wife the story, she laughed for a solid hour. She said it's karma for annoying her about wanting a goth girlfriend. Too long, don't read. Life dream was to bang a hot goth girl. Thought I was getting the opportunity, but got cock-blocked by Jesus Christ. God is real and he hates me. Wow, that's a story. I mean, there's many ways to interpret this, I think. And the way that I kind of find funny, but also kind of sad, is that the goth girl just wasn't into him. She's not actually Christian, she just wasn't into him. And she decided that the easiest way to get rid of him was to try and preach at him until he just assumed that she was like an evangelical and just moved on. And I kind of think that's funnier than her actually being an evangelical, which is also quite funny though, don't get me wrong. Oh man, that's an unfortunate situation to be in. There really is. Today I f***ed up by doing anything I want with my friend if I won games of Mario Kart against her. My friend and I would enjoy playing video games together, but on several occasions, she would want to up the stakes and make things more interesting. Her proposal was that if she won a game of Mario Kart against me, she could do anything she wanted with me, and if I won, I could do anything I wanted with her. Little did she know how good at Mario Kart I was. The first couple of victories were harmless enough. I'd win the race and I'd say things like, "You've got to talk like Wario for the next race," or "I get to borrow your DVDs," most of which was wildly amusing and diabolical for me to ask of her. But the thing about it is, I kept winning. And being the dope I was, I thought I was on a hot streak getting all this free stuff from her, and I played it up like I was some kind of pompous court jester gallivanting across the courtyard. Every now and again, she'd put the same offer back on the table, and I'd keep winning. And she would make her frustration known the more she kept losing races in Mario Kart. And it didn't help that I'd brag about my victories within our circle of friends, celebrating with invisible trophies and spraying imaginary champagne. It wouldn't be until we were older and grown apart that she would disclose to me that she was a little upset by the whole thing, because she would practice playing Mario Kart for hours before racing against me in the hopes of winning. And the reason she wanted to win was because she found me to be handsome and didn't know how to initiate this attraction she had. The whole time she was hoping that I would ask for a kiss from her whenever I would win, but me being the dumbass I was kept asking to borrow her Linkin Park albums and to draw buff kittens with sleeve tattoos. So not only did I miss my shot with my friend, I also broke her heart every time I would clench victory from her on the final lap, performing the miracle last second overtake maneuver, or cackling like a cartoon villain whenever the spiky blue shell of doom would nuke her dreams. Too long, didn't read. My female friend wanted to win a game of Mario Kart against me so she could kiss me, but never won, and I kept winning and asking for anything except physical intimacy. That's that's a real unfortunate story for her. Man, that's one of those moments where at the time you don't realize someone's flirting with you, and then 10 years later you're lying in bed and you go, wait, this is one of those moments, for sure one of those moments. Oh man, could have been a beautiful relationship, could have been beautiful, but no, you had to be too good at Mario Kart. This cat is just a sack of potatoes right now. She's gone completely limp. Hi, yeah, I'm talking about you. Yeah, you okay? If you're wondering why she has a cone, by the way, she managed to cut open her back and then groomed it with a mouthful of food, leading to an infection. So she's currently coned so that she doesn't make the infection any worse. She's had a run of antibiotics and the infection's cleared up, but we have to make sure that it can heal without her grooming food into it like a cretin. Yeah. You a cretin. She doesn't actually care about the cone that much though, so that's good. Today I f***ed up by not telling my doctor how many Tic Tacs I eat per day. So I'm absolutely f***ing obsessed with the Fruit Adventure flavor of Tic Tacs. The flavor combined with the soft smush they make between your teeth when you chew them makes my brain very happy. I've been buying them in bulk, where each container has 200 candies each, and they come in bulk packs of 12 containers. I tend to eat them by the handful while I'm working or gaming, so in a day I can easily slam through 1 to 2 containers. Now keep in mind that on the nutrition label it says the serving size is 1 candy and is listed as having 0 calories, which I thought was awesome because I could have as many as I want. Over the past year I found that I gained about 40 pounds, and nothing about my eating habits had changed as far as I was aware. I told my doctor about it and she was a bit worried, so she had me do a bunch of blood work to see if there was a reason why I gained so much weight in a short period of time. Everything came back normal. She referred me to see a weight loss doctor who would also have me see a dietitian. I had been working with the dietitian for a few months now, and we have kept a food log. I had a virtual visit with her today during it. I was fiddling around with an empty container to keep my hands busy. She saw it and asked where I got such a large container from, so I told her about it and how I eat 1 to 2 of those per day. She asked me why those weren't on the food tracker, and I said it was because they're 0 calories so they wouldn't count. Apparently, I was very, very wrong about this. She explained to me that food companies can label something as being 0 calories if the food's serving size contains 5 or less calories. In reality, each individual Tic Tac was about 2 calories. So essentially, since each container had 200 pieces in it, and I typically have 1 to 2 of those, I have been eating 400 to 800 calories per day of Tic Tacs, in addition to all the other food I've been eating, which is very likely why I've gained so much weight. Too long, didn't read, didn't realize that Tic Tacs weren't actually 0 calories, and gained a ton of weight because I eat so many a day. Edit, just wanted to clarify that I'm aware that sugar will in fact make you gain weight. I'm not that stupid, but I never actually read the product ingredients. I assumed they must have been made with something like xylitol or some other artificial sweetener to make them 0 calories, so it never crossed my mind to check. Edit, dang y'all are brutal, LMAO. But at least some good came out of this apparently. Like me, a lot of people didn't realize about the less than 5 calories per serving rule can legally be classified as 0 in the US. Personally, I wish we could have the model they do in other countries where they list calories per X amount of grams. Edit 3, my teeth are fine. I actually just had a dentist appointment 2 weeks ago. No cavities or decay, gums are healthy. Despite my candy habit, I do take good care of my teeth. This is one of the tifus that I kind of like when we do videos like this, is that it's not some weird like social issue or concern or like something's gone wrong or someone was an arsehole or anything. It's just like, oh yeah, I just eat a shit ton of Tic Tacs and didn't realize how much weight I would gain as a result of that. That's just funny. That's funny. I hope you're able to sort this out, OP. I hope you're able to get your Tic Tac addiction under control, you know, so that it's not like causing you to be quite unhealthy, as I'm sure 800 calories worth of Tic Tacs would be. But I enjoy these kinds of posts. They're funny and I like them. And the final post. Today I f***ed up by having an itchy butt for 11 months. I had a vasectomy in January of 2024. A few days after the procedure, my butt started itching uncomfortably and unceasingly. At first, I thought it was a side effect of the procedure. Maybe I was reacting to the bandages. Maybe it was the non-stop sitting as I recovered. Or maybe I itched because I didn't shower for a few days post-op. But I recovered and got back into my normal routine, and the itching continued. I tried everything, short of consulting my doctor. It's embarrassing to tell people your butt itches. I started showering twice daily. I outfitted all my toilets with bidets. I even tried a few different creams and ointments. Nothing worked. I googled my symptoms and got a variety of results. Some sites suggested I might have hemorrhoids, pinworms, or some other butt-related ailment. One helpful forum said, "This happens when you turn 40. Your butt starts itching. You just have to deal with it." I resigned myself to having an itchy butt for the rest of my life. Then over the holidays, 11 months into my affliction, I was scratching my itchy unmentionables, and I had a thought. When I had my vasectomy, I followed my doctor's instructions and wore some tight briefs for a few days. Those briefs became part of my laundry cycle, and I wore them regularly. Looking at their tag, they were 20% spandex. Turns out, spandex is a pretty common allergy. I threw out the briefs, and the itching stopped within a few days. I'm now itch-free, and I'm never wearing spandex again. I was resigned to the idea that I was going to have an itchy butt for the rest of my life, and now I can live a clear, itch-free life again. Too long, didn't read, my butt was itchy for 11 months. Turns out, I'm sensitive to spandex. See, this is one of those things where if you had contacted the doctor, they probably could have narrowed it down fairly fast. Like, what has changed in the 11 months? I don't know, maybe let's do an allergy test to see if you're allergic to common detergents or common allergens that can be found in clothes. But you know, I'm glad you got it resolved, and I'm glad it's okay now, because it can suck. That would suck. I wouldn't want to have an itchy butt for 11 months. That sounds awful. I just wouldn't enjoy that. But that is where I'm going to end the video, so thank you so much for watching, everybody. I hope you have enjoyed. As always, if you would like to support me in making more content like this, then I have a Patreon in the description down below, or equally, you can click on that join button in the description. You can click on that join button on my channel even. Sorry, I'm struggling. My brain is still not fully up to date with... I think my body had an OS system update, and my brain hasn't caught up yet. I must be running Windows 11. But don't feel like you have to donate or support me on Patreon or anything, because I will keep making content regardless. But I do appreciate everybody that does. It genuinely helps so much, especially when we have to take our cat to the vet for infections, which is expensive because our cat's stupid and grooms herself with mouthfuls of food. A huge, massive special thank you to all of the patrons that do support me, though. All of you are amazing, wonderful people, and it genuinely helps so much. So thank you to everybody that does, genuinely. Other than that, thank you so much for watching, everybody. I hope you have enjoyed, and as always, I will see you in the next video. Peace out.